Today we're starting our unit on statistics, and I think I even wrote down the wrong date there. Tomorrow's going to be the 25th. Today's the 24th. So what is statistics? Well, with statistics, we gather, analyze, and we present data. Data is a fancy word for information. Now, because we're working with math, we will be using numbers. That's the type of information that we will be gathering. Not only do we analyze, we should also say that we organize data because we're going to be doing that as well today. Now, data is displayed, or we have statistics that are also displayed as tables and charts. So I'm going to just list a few that you may be familiar with, some such as graphs. That's something we've been working with. There's also line plots. We've also called these dot plots. You should have had some introduction last year in 5th grade. If not, it may have been because of the pandemic. We have frequency tables, and actually we've kind of already worked a bit with frequency tables. However, we're going to really explore them today. Stem and leaf, that's a type of plot, stem and leaf plots. Looks like a table though as well. It's kind of interesting. And then there's also histograms. Are these the only ones we have? Well, no. There are many more ways to display data. And because of the pandemic, we've actually really gotten a lot of data about the disease and how it's been affecting our country. So that was a gathering of information that's been analyzed, organized, and they presented in the paper. Now, one thing we have to start with when we are doing data, when we're doing statistics, we start with a statistical question. A statistical question must, I'm going to just write one instead. It's a question that has more than one response. So it cannot be very closed-ended, such as you cannot have a yes or no answer. Do you like math? Yes, I love it. No, I hate it. Is this a true false statement? True, it is. False, it isn't. So you cannot have a one answer. It has to have multiple answers. So, and just to make sure we remind ourselves, not yes or no. That's not going to make a statistical question. The second thing we have to make sure that a statistical question has, the question will ask more than one person. So we want to make sure that it's a group with multiple answers. So we started off in class today and we had a lovely conversation about this. I actually asked a particular student, hey, what's your favorite restaurant? A lot of times, some of them said, I don't know. Some of them were like, hey, it's McDonald's. So that one person told me what their favorite restaurant is. But it makes that not a statistical question because it was one person that I asked and there was one response. Now, they may have been thinking, well, maybe McDonald's or Panda, but if they had to choose one, they would choose Panda maybe, Panda Express. So, oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't know what I was writing there. So, how could I turn this into a statistical question? What is your favorite restaurant? Well, instead of asking one person, I'm going to ask the whole group, what is Mrs. Dawson's math class favorite restaurant? And boy, we had a lot of great answers there. I can't wait to visit all these different restaurants. So why does this make it statistical? It is a statistical question. Well, because it was asking many people, which gives me multiple responses. We had a variety of different favorite restaurants. Some people enjoyed the same ones, but we had a variety, and we could have put them on what we're going to be working with next, a frequency chart. So here's what we're going to do now. So we have a statistical question, but now we want to make sure that we can use a frequency chart which is how often something occurs or how frequent something occurs. That's where frequency comes from. Now, how often frequent something, I forgot my word, something, and that's okay. I'll put it in with my caret. Now, what I'm doing here is I am going to organize oops, oh my goodness, I'm not spelling well today. I'm writing orange. Organize my data so I can analyze it. Now, here's the question we posed in class. The statistical question that each period was asked was, how many siblings does our class have? Now, this is just a random sampling of what some people had said. So, gathering the data, that's this right here. And now I'm going to organize and analyze my data with my frequency chart. So there are steps. So here's my gather, done. It's all up here. Then you have to create a T-chart and label. Well, let me show you. This is actually my T-chart. It's a double T-chart because I need to label it. Now, let's go ahead and label this. The first thing I'm going to label is this column here. And this is the number of siblings. Okay? So I'm going to list my siblings. Then I'm going to tally how many of each of these numbers here. And finally, we're going to write the frequency. And then we're going to analyze by answering these questions that I have here. Ooh, I'm going to scooch on back some. Here we go. Okay, so the next thing, I created my T-chart and I labeled it. Now I'm going to list the numbers or intervals. There's no interval here. I'm going to just list these numbers, but intervals are ranges of numbers, and we'll go more deeply into that as we continue on. So let's go and start with our numbers. Well, what do we, here's 1, but do we have 0? Yes. So, and what's my largest? 7. So I'm going to write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Whew, a lot of kids there. Now I'm going to start to count, and I'm going to tally. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 3 twos. 1, 2, 3. A 6, another 2, another 1, a 4, a 5. If you notice, I mark them off as I go because I don't want to count them a second time. Then my data will be incorrect. There's 2 3s. There's a 5. There's a 4. There's a 0, a 7, and then 2 4s. Now, oh, look at that. We had nobody with 5. Okay. So now what I do is I write down the frequency. What does that mean? I just put these down. Like how many in that class had no siblings? Well, there was just 1. How many had just 1 sibling? Well, there were 3. There were 4 students with 2 siblings. There were 2 students with 3. There were 4 students with 4. There were 5 students with 2. I'm sorry. There were 2 students with 5. My apologies. 1 student with 6 siblings and 1 with 7. So this is my frequency chart, how often this happens. So which number siblings is the most? Well, we have 2 here. So we would say 2 and 4. If a random sample, random meaning if I were to just walk up you on this, upon the street and say, hey, how many siblings do you have? What would most likely, which number would be chosen? Well, that goes back to 2 siblings or 4 because those have the most. So I would say 2 and 4. And the final question is how many total people were surveyed? How do I find that? Just add it up. So I have 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 2 is 10. That's 14, 16, 18 people. And that is our intro to statistics.